Hi guys, this is Claudia here from Novarock 2017. Sleeping Sirens here.
Hello.
Hey, nice meeting you.
You as well.
So, you're currently on tour. Have you been on road for long, or?
Actually, we just got done finishing an album, so we haven't really been doing a lot of touring.
Right.
We've been over here for about 2 or 3 weeks, and we're going to go home, get all of our stuff ready for releasing singles and all that for the new record, and then we start the long, arduous journey of this never-ending touring. We're going to kiss our families and our houses.
Goodbye.
Everything goodbye.
Goodbye forever.
You can't pack everything, right?
Yeah.
Live out of a suitcase for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
That's the plan. Yep.
Yeah. So you keep on touring till 2018.
Oh yeah.
Something like
forever.
that.
Oh yeah, forever.
Never retire.
No.
On tour
There's no time
forever.
for that. So when you were writing the album, what did you choose? Did you have a series of songs, and then you had to choose from, or you specialized on the topic?
Yeah, there's always kind of a beginning point of where you'd want to be as far as songs on an album, and then you kind of narrow it down, because I think as a listener to records, I think it's important to make sure that the songs chosen are the right ones for the album and that it's a good listening experience. So we narrowed it down to 11 songs that we're really happy with, and we're stoked. We can't wait to put it out.
So what is going to be stylistically different?
A little bit of everything on it. I mean, there's a little bit of pop elements, there's a little bit of rock elements. I think that our band is one of those bands that's capable of kind of doing anything. We have an acoustic PC, so we have a live unplugged record, and we like to experiment and try different things and push ourselves, push the boundaries, and kind of how our band's always been, and we continue to kind of do that. It's cool. It has a lot of throwback soul to it.
This feels really good.
Yeah, kind of a bluesy vibe. It just feels like you can go to a bar and have a drink and enjoy listening to it, or you can go to a concert and dance and have fun listening to it. So
Doesn't that sound like fun? That sounds like fun, right? That sounds
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Right.
That's what the album is all about. It's a very, very fun album.
So you enjoyed the recording as well, not just the writing?
Sometimes the studio is a hit or miss as far as enjoyment goes. Some days are better than others.
Right.
But I think those kind of tough days where you feel like you're not getting anything right, they're kind of important to making the best album possible. I think it's important that we're not comfortable, that it wasn't a breeze, it wasn't easy to do. We want it to be difficult, we want to challenge ourselves as artists, so I think we successfully did that on this album, and I'm excited to get it out.
So when you say there's always a challenge for a musician, so you keep on working on your sound and experimenting?
Yeah, it's just about finding that sweet spot. It's not about settling on something and just saying, yeah, that's good enough. We didn't want good enough on this album. We wanted, if it was going to take more time, if it was going to take some more pushing, if it was going to take some more stress to get to that point, we wanted to be able to do that to make sure that the album fairly represented us and what we were going through, and the challenges of the studio. That's the fun part. You look back on it now and you realize that was so important to the process. But at the time you're like, fuck this, I don't want to do this anymore.
So is there a lot of discussion on the sound? No, you should do it differently, or is it each one is, for his own instrument, and then...
I think we all had kind of fair enough input on it. Especially, our producer is very vocal about what he likes and what he doesn't like.
Yeah,
he's very intense. Yeah.
So I think that we're all very conscious of what we wanted it to sound like. I feel like each record we put out, there's an element missing where you come see us live. I feel like you get something that you don't really get on our albums, and I feel like this album has whatever that is that's missing. A rawness to it, and a live kind of feel or aspect to it. So we're very excited to actually get out and play them live and do it that way.
So now I have to ask, what's the album called?
That's called Gossip.
Gossip?
Yeah, Gossip.
How did you decide on the title?
We decided on the title because we feel like no matter what, put out a record, people are going to talk about it. We just thought it was kind of a clever name. People like to talk, and we thought, why not just call the record that?
Yeah.
Talk anyways, so let them talk.
And what you should know that you guys are the first to know what the album title is. We have told nobody until right now.
Ta-da!
Bam! Fuck yeah. Big exclusive.
So very exclusive. Since you mentioned it, you know, I have a question that I put kind of in every interview. It's like, what defines an artist? Is it somebody else that's defining, okay, you are an artist or not, or the things you do?
Defines an artist? I don't know. I feel like, you know, defining yourself or a definition of what's going on, you can't do that. It's kind of like in the eyes of the beholder, you know. I think for us, it's just about progressing as artists and musicians. You know, I don't know if we could ever define ourselves as anything other than ourselves. You know, I don't even want to consider us musicians. You know, we're just here. We're just like everybody else. You know, we just love what we do. It's our passion, and I guess the music itself is technically what defines us. But you know, it's all up to the listener, to, you know, the people around us to kind of say like what it is that they think we are. Because I never want to have to put a title on myself or define what I do. You know, it's too hard.
I think what defines an artist is just that element that makes you want to be like them. I think for me, like when I watch like somebody that I really look up to, especially as a kid, but even now, like just something that makes you want to like emulate that, I think is what defines an artist. And to me, it's always just been that kind of like, I don't give a fuck about what anybody thinks.
Yeah.
For me, like my favorite artists were like that. And
Who are they?
you know, like Liam Gallagher from Oasis, say Prince was like that. But I mean, I know that all those people probably have their insecure thoughts, or they have like their things that they feel like they could do better. For some reason, when they go on stage, they just shine, and you just feel like this like larger than life aspect to them. And I think that's always been, I know Freddie Mercury is probably that for you.
I never thought about that. It was like the artists that didn't give a fuck. You know, and it's not that they were cocky by any means, but they did what they wanted to do. Like, they were true artists, and they weren't going to let someone else say, like, you should do this, and you should sound like that. You know, like, I love Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan was an asshole. He just wanted to do what he did. Same with Freddie Mercury, same with, you know, Johnny Rotten, you know, Joe Strummer, all the great, like, punk rock greats.
I think music is way too much convoluted these days, and you know, like in terms of the people that are putting out your music or the people that are coming to your shows, like I feel like artists don't really get a chance to really be themselves as much as they should. And so I think that with this record, we really took that chance in being artists and wanting to make a record we wanted to make, which is exciting for us.
So what's it feel for you when you go on stage? Like, do you prepare in a special way, or you just go out there like you are now?
It depends. I have my days. Yesterday, all my like warm-ups are on my phone, and sometimes I don't have service and it just won't load. So yesterday I just said, well, okay, I'm just gonna go up there. Whatever comes out, comes out. Sometimes those shows end up being more fun than the ones that you prepare a lot for. I think that it's a state of mind, you know, when you get up, like when you walk on stage, everything just should kind of leave, and you should just be right there in the moment. When you're locked in, and I think everyone has a good time. So.
Yeah, we try not to like pre-plan a lot of our set, or like, you know, at this song I'm gonna go do this, and at this song you jump here and you didn't know. You know, it's about just being in that moment and not thinking about it. You know, I think that's like the beauty and the like therapy of what we do, is that whatever's going on in our lives, as soon as we step foot on stage, like all that goes away and you just like enter this other world. And that's something that I've always, you know, strive to do, is like just leave it all behind when you're on stage, like that you just live in that moment, and that's it. So I just try to just, you know, live in that moment, not think about it ahead of time, not say I'm gonna do this or I feel this and I'm gonna whatever, you know. It's just let it be, just let it happen.
Last night I told Nick when we got off stage, because we played like this just really small punk rock bar in the middle of nowhere. I don't even know where we were, but we were in like the woods, and there's like this bar, and we woke up, I'm like, what the hell, where are we today? Yeah. We got off stage yesterday, and I just remember like walking up to Nick and being like, God, we're such a fun band. If I was a kid in the crowd and I didn't know our band, and I watched our band, I'd be like, man, they're fun, because we just have so much fun on stage. You know, there's nights where we have more fun than others, but just like, oh, there's a raft up there. I'm gonna just throw my mic up there and just let it hang because why not?
Yeah.
It'd be fun to do, you know, or
And
just
then, yeah,
whatever. Like,
and then he unplugged my guitars. My guitars didn't work, but I was like, I don't care. Like, this is cool. I'm just gonna yell into the mic right now. Like, I don't care. You know, but it's cool. But it's in those moments where you live in that moment. And you just make it work, and you have fun doing it. And you walk off stage going, that was fucking awesome.
So you need a cool down phase as well.
cool down phase. Some of us cool down, some of us don't. Some of us turn up, go harder.
So you cool down or don't?
He turns up. Don't let him fool you.
I have my nights.
Yeah, I think that
he's the coolest.
I go to bed really
okay.
early. But we're definitely we're a rock and roll band. Like, we like to have fun. Like, you know, after a set, if everyone's feeling it, they want to turn it up and get crazy. You know, still running on adrenaline from the show. You go out and have some fun too. You know, enjoy
Apparently,
yourself.
one of the members of one of the other bands we're on tour with chased another one of the members naked down the street last night. I can't say who it is.
No,
who
we
it
don't.
But, but apparently that happened last night, and I think that's really funny.
Did you catch him?
Oh, it wasn't us. It wasn't our band. It was a different band, but it's still really funny.
Where's Spaces?
Did you catch him? Nice naked hug.
Aww, free hugs. So when you're in the writing phase, do you feel like sometimes you just want to throw it away and then start new, or you feel comfortable with the things you're writing?
That's a great question. That's a really good question. Yes. There are times where we do want to feel like throwing things away and starting new. It's scary. And if you're not scared to make a record, then you're probably not making the right one. You know? That's just what I've heard online, that it's good to feel scared. but it is a very scary process, you know?
Why?
Just because, like, once you're done with it, and once it's you know, out of your hands, then it's up for everyone else to decide what they think or feel about it, and that's a really scary thing, to create something that's very personal to yourself, that you put your passion and your time and your heart into. And you have to just be prepared for some people to shit on it, some people to glorify it, or whatever it is. You know, you get both worlds, and that's kind of the thing about being a musician. You know, and as you get older, you have families to take care of, and you have things to pay for, and it becomes very crucial to you in your head what all these people think. And you have to put yourself back on the mindset of being 19 years old and not caring because you didn't have anything and it didn't matter. That's the kind of mindset you just kind of have to always have as you're doing music. So that's what we try to keep.
And when you see the shows when you're touring, do you get to see other bands, or is there no time?
Of course, yeah. Even like today, you know, being able to watch Prophets of Rage, we're trying to catch Code Orange for a little bit, For Your Strong, Pierce Vale, System of a Down. You know, like it's always awesome playing festivals over here because there's so much exposure to other styles of music, and it's fun just to walk around and just check out bands. So yeah, when we have the chance, you know, I love being inspired by other artists and other bands, even if I don't know them, just walking around and just going, man, that's really cool. Just kind of, you know, taking that in. I think it's important for us to do. You know, on this tour, we went and saw a band called Vintage Trouble while we were in London, and just one of those like, oh shit moments watching a band. It's very rare to have that moment of like, man, they are so cool, and it makes you question like, what am I doing? Like, I need to step up my game. So it's important to keep watching and kind of taking in as much as you can and being inspired and motivated by it.
So, alright. So thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you.
Listen to the album.
Yes.
Thank you.